Recording? I guess I'm recording. So this is gonna be my Mission Lane Visa credit card review. Is it a good card? Is it a bad card? Do you need to get the card? Is it good for rebuilding credit? Is the interest high? Is it low? If you have poor credit, if you have bad credit, if you have a thin line of credit, is this card gonna be something that you can actually get? Or can you apply for the card without worrying about a hard inquiry pull on your credit account or your overall credit score? I'm trying to answer all those questions today. The other question I have is, should I be doing this review with glasses or without glasses? Let's try it without glasses. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my general feeling for this card and my history with it. So I went through a period of time where my credit was not great, right? Some things that happened financially, and I really got behind. And I was needing to rebuild my credit at the time. And I kind of told myself I'm not going to move forward with credit cards for a long time because, it just was so bad, the way things had kind of happened at the time. So I got this offer in the mail from Mission Lane. And I was like, a credit card offer. Like, I wasn't really expecting to see that for a while. And I had gotten some before, but I was like, I'm not going to return a full credit cards right now. But I decided to take a look at it anyway. And I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, one, it looks like a pretty decent card. And I was kind of at the point where I really couldn't afford to be super picky about a credit card if I was going to eventually try to get another credit card at some point. So I was like, okay, it seems like this is something I could deal with. And I want to say they actually had a yearly or annual fee when I applied for the credit. And then I think on top of it, one of the biggest things was that I could apply or see if I'm approved for it before I actually, accepted all the terms and actually went through and reviewed my credit and actually did, or actually ended up doing a hard inquiry or a hard pull, however you want to call it, on my credit. So I went ahead and applied or pre-applied or tried to pre-qualify for the card, and apparently I could get through. I was actually kind of surprised. And then when I actually got the card and got approved for everything, my limit at the time was $300. So okay, cool, I got this card, I just need to be really responsible with it. And they told me, if I kept doing my payments on time, I think after like 7 or 8 months, then I would be allowed to apply for a credit increase. And so that's what I did. I paid the card on time each month. I think I just put a little bit on there. I didn't put a much on, maybe like about 10%, which apparently is supposed to be the perfect amount or the recommended amount that you're supposed to spend on a credit card. And if you want to go ahead and just apply for the Mission Lane credit card, which I think is a decent credit card mainly for rebuilding your credit. If you have poor credit, if you have bad credit, I think this is a good card for that because it did help me out at the time. And I actually still have the card and I still use it. I don't use it the most. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I try to still use it on a semi-regular basis. And so, I got the card, I paid on time, and then about 7 or 8 months later, they said I was eligible to do eligible for review to go ahead and do an increase of my credit limit. And so I went ahead and applied for the increase, and I got it. And so it went from $300 to $900. So basically, triple the amount of money or credit allowable that I had initially. So I was very proud of myself. Okay, cool. I stuck with it. I paid it on time, and I got my credit increased, my credit limit increased, which was really cool and it was really motivating. So I was like, okay, cool, and I noticed that my credit, after I got that card and I started really paying on a regular basis, it did start improving because when I applied for the card, I think I had like a mid 500 range credit score. It wasn't the greatest, and it had been a lot higher initially before my financial downfall at the time. But now, after having that card and paying on it and being responsible with that card, my score did improve, and now I'm sitting in the low 700s now. It's about 720-ish is where my score is about now. So that card did help me rebuild my credit up, especially after having, again, some financial setbacks with previous credit cards that I had, which I've now paid off. So, yeah, I would recommend the Michelin card just as a regular smuggler person. Anyone who's looking to rebuild their credit, anyone with poor credit, anyone with bad credit, I would recommend the card for that. It does not have a bunch of perks, so you're not going to be expecting cash back. I wouldn't expect it with this card. I wouldn't expect, like, a whole bunch of other, like, little credit card perks that you get. And I have cards that have those kind of perks. And so I don't really need Michelin to do all that. I just needed it basically just to kind of get everything restarted. And it was a good card for that. Now, the interest rate will vary depending on what your credit score is like, what your credit history is like. The interest rate most people probably consider it to be a little bit high, but if you're being responsible with the card and you're paying it on time every month, then you really shouldn't have to worry too much about the interest rate. And then as for the annual fee, I believe I pay, either I didn't have one or I did have one. I have to go back and look and put it back in this video, but I think I might have had an annual fee, but I think it was like 30 something at the time. But that really was nothing compared to having the opportunity to rebuild my credit. And again, as long as I'm responsible with it, I can take advantage of what Michelin has to offer. Again, it's not like a perks, infused card. You're not gonna get a bunch of bonuses, and it's not like some big old, cash back reward thing you're gonna get. Like, this is not the card for that. This is the card, again, mainly for people looking to rebuild their credit, bad credit, poor credit. If you have like a thin credit line, this card is gonna help you with improving that reputation for yourself. So when it comes to your credit. So it's kind of what I want to talk about, just from my little personal experience with the card. And I will try to include some other really cool and helpful things in this video so you can learn more about it. Again, if you want to go and apply for the card, you can just go down below in the description box of this video, or if it's on TikTok or Instagram or any of those, you can look in the description part, the info part, and get the information that you need. So yeah, I hope you go ahead and apply for that card. Again, go and check that link. You go through that link. That's my referral link, just to make you aware of that and be totally transparent about it. And so, again, you can click the link in the description box and learn more about the Michelin card, and go ahead and apply for it and see if you pre-qualify without it making any major hard pulls on your credit. Hope you find this helpful. Hey, this is Marvin, and I want to thank you for watching my review of Michelin Visa credit card. I just want to take you inside of my account for Michelin just to prove I can actually have a Michelin account. As you can see, as I mentioned in my video, my credit limit is currently $900. Originally was $300, so I was very happy about that. Not that I need that whole amount, but it's good just to have that little cushion in case I ever really do need it. You can see it's telling, but I did want to kind of show you kind of what it's going to look like, at least on the mobile version, which most people probably be accessing on their phone. Now, I think they actually do have I believe they actually do have a Michelin app, but me personally, I just find it easier just to go directly to the website on my phone. It's going to show me the mobile version anyway. As long as I have my password, I can get into it. So, yes, you can see currently I have a zero balance. I just paid on my balance not that long ago. You see it says currently no minimum due, all good for December 17th. And then you see there's like a little section here for share the lane where you can refer your friends and family to Michelin Visa credit card. And I think they kind of like change what the actual referral amount is. It's not, I don't think it's a steady amount that I'm aware of. And so you just kind of get whatever the referral fee or whatever the referral perk is at the time. And so you can see my last payment was in December on it was for $63.60, and I had paid for this InVideo Inc., which is a video creation software, a payment of $10.60 before that. All this, I've been keeping track of this pretty well. Like I said, as long as you pay your bill on time and and if you can't pay it in full, you really won't have to worry about those interest fees that will ultimately get you if you don't watch them. So again, I recommend Mission Lane is a great starter card for anyone with whether you have poor credit, bad credit, no credit, thin line of credit. I think there's something else in there I want to mention. Yeah, I think it's mentioned like the no credit. And generally, I want to say my score was around the mid 500s at the time when I applied for the card, and I was able to get it. Now I believe you have to have at least a score of like, I want to say it's like 540 or up to kind of have a greater chance of getting the card. And you can apply or pre-qualify for the card by clicking the link in the description box to this video, and it will give you the option to actually look, and they can tell you whether you're going to be most likely to get the card or not if you actually apply without worrying about getting a hard inquiry pull on your account. So again, I recommend this card for anyone that's dealing with bad credit, trying to rebuild their credit, poor credit, no credit, trying to get a credit history started. And there's no need for you to have to put down some big deposit, because it's not like a secured card where you have to put down a deposit before you actually can use it. You can actually just apply for the card, and if you are eligible to get the card, they'll approve you. If you fit all their qualifications, which shouldn't be that hard to do. You can find it again without worrying about any major impact to your credit score by checking out the link in the description box to this video, and just fill out the information, and I'll let you know whether you'll actually be eligible to get the card or not. And if you are, you'll probably get whatever the credit line or initial credit line they deem appropriate for you when starting off. But the good news is that no matter what the credit line or credit limit is originally when you get the card, that can be increased if you show a good payment history and you just keep up with everything for at least, I want to say, anywhere from like 10 to 12 months, maybe even shorter than that. For me, it was less. I think it was like 8 months, and then I was able to I was eligible for a bigger credit line. So again, Mission Lane Visa credit card is a good card. I think it's for anyone, again, looking to rebuild their credit, dealing with bad credit, poor credit, thin credit lines. This card is a helpful card, and just stay on top of it, and you should be able to open the doors to not only a bigger credit limit or credit amount increase down the road, but also it's going to look good for you when you go look to apply for other cards. When they see you have a card that you've been keeping up on, and you're spending, a decent amount on there, but you're not overspending and you're not maxing the card out. So I hope you find this helpful. This Mission Lane Visa credit card review by me, Marvin. I still have the card. I still love the card, and I'd recommend it again to anyone trying to rebuild their credit or anyone has bad or poor credit. Give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay, bye. Hey, this is me, Marvin, again, continuing this Mission Lane Visa credit card review. People wonder, is it worth it? Is it a good card? Is it a bad card? Is it good for rebuilding credit? It's definitely worth it. I think it's a good card for when anyone wanting to rebuild their credit or wanting to build their credit. And so I just want to let you know what's going to happen when you click the link in the description box to this video, or the link that's attached with the video that you saw. So it's going to take you to this page, which is the Mission Lane pre-qualified page. It says see what you qualify for with no hit to your credit score. I know a lot of people are worried about that, like they don't want to apply, they don't want to. The last thing you want is to have your credit score dinged, and then you don't even get the card that you're applying for, right? So the main thing you need to know is that you do see if you get to qualify in the first place. So it says the first step, complete this form. Second step, see your card terms. Third step, accept your offer. In order to get the card, it says get an answer in under 60 seconds, so you can get it really quickly. And it's like, says meet the Mission Lane Visa credit card, right? And you can learn more about pre-qualifications. All these questions get answered. What's pre-qualification? This is the page you'll end up on when you click the link in my in the description or the comments attached to this video. Again, my name is Marvin, and I had this card myself, and I like the card. Again, just make sure you fill out the application all the way. And then it says By selecting to see if I will be approved, I acknowledge no credit score impact. Understand that this is a pre-qualification inquiry and it will have no impact on my credit score. As part of this pre-qualification process, there will only be a soft inquiry on my credit report after pre-qualifying. If I decide to apply, there will be a hard inquiry on my credit card. So basically what it's saying is that if we go through the pre-qualification process, you won't have to worry. It's going to be a soft inquiry, so that means you won't be a change to your credit score. But if you notice that you are pre-qualified to apply for the card and then you submit your application, that's when the hard inquiry will be applied to your credit history or credit score. So again, you can just read through these, the terms and conditions, the privacy policy, consumer privacy notice, and how your data will be used, and that is it. So again, this is a page that you'll end up on if you click the link to from my page or from my description box or my comments to see if you qualify for the Mission Lane Visa credit card. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and these reviews that I've submitted are going over in this video, and I hope that this works out for you. Go ahead and go click on that link now. Go here, fill out the form, and see if you qualify.